What's up guys, I'm the Hobbyman and welcome back to the channel. In today's video we're going to take a look at the Marvel Cinematic Universe in timeline or chronological order. This is my fourth time recording this video, so thank God, but yeah, the first time I didn't want to record, I didn't find the video. The second time it had no sounds, the third time again no sounds, but then I was just halfway done with the video. But yeah, hopefully I have sound this time. We're going to take a look at every single thing in the MCU, from one-shots, shorts, TV shows, movies, and so much more. This is 105 different guides, or 106 or 7, I remember correctly. So let's get started. So here you can see an example on how this is going to be done. This right here, the square with the cross in the middle, this is for the poster of the film. Then over here we have the name of the film, show, and etc. And then we have episodes and which timestamp they take place in the MCU. But without anything further to say, let's get started. The first project you want to watch is Captain America, the First Avenger, which takes place between March 1942 and March 1945. And obviously at the end of the movie, it takes place in the present day 2011. Then you watch Agent Carter, the one-shot, which is March 1946, happens a year after Captain America, the First Avenger. Then you move on to Agent Carter, the TV show, both seasons, which takes place, the first season takes place in April to May 1946, and the second is July 1947. Then you watch Captain Marvel, which takes place in June 1995. Then you move on to the movie that started the whole universe, Iron Man, the first Iron Man, which takes place in January and May 2008. What a great start to the movie, or to this universe. Again, I want to stop right. If you're a massive Marvel fan, this is the video for you. If you're watching it first time, start with this movie. Watch it in release order. Do not watch it in this order. This is just for the massive Marvel fans who are watching for a rewatch. But anyways, let's continue. Then you watch Iron Man 2, which happens between April and May 2010. Then you watch the Marvel one-shot, A Funny Thing Happened on the Way to Thor's Hammer, which is between somewhere in May 2010. Then you watch obviously Thor 1, which is also May 2010, because that event is in the movie. Then you watch The Incredible Hulk, which happens between April and July 2010. This is canon to the universe. I know it's a different actor for Hulk, but it's still canon. Then you watch the one-shot, The Consultant, which happens in July 2010. Then you watch the first Avengers movie. I know it says Avengers Assemble, that's what the movie is called here in Europe. It's the same movie, it doesn't really matter. The first Avengers movie takes place in 2012 in May. After the first Avengers movie, you watch Item 47, the one-shot, which takes again place in May 2012. Then it's first of many slides that have Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. You watch the first 7 episodes of the first season, which takes place in September, November 2013, between those. Then you watch Thor: The Dark World, which takes place in November 2013. Again, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., now episode 8 to 12 of the 4th season, which takes place between November and December 2013. And then you watch Iron Man 3, which takes place between December 2013 and January 2014. Then you're done with the Iron Man trilogy. Then you watch All Hail the King, which takes place right after Iron Man 3 in 2014. Then you watch Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., episode 13 through 16 of the 1st season, which takes place between March and April 2014. After that, you watch one of the best movies in the MCU, Captain America the Winter Soldier, which takes place between March and April 2014. After the Captain America the Winter Soldier, you watch Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. again. Now you complete the 1st season and watch the first 2 episodes of the 2nd season. Both take place in April 2014. Then you move on to the Guardians of the Galaxy. I know this is a junior novel poster, for obviously the junior novel, but it doesn't really matter. And this movie takes place in 2014. After the Guardians of the Galaxy, you watch the first episodes of I Am Groot. And then again with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Season 2, Episode 3, which takes place in 2014. After that, you watch Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, which also takes place in 2014, which is a stacked year for the comic book movies, or for the MCU. Again in 2014, you watch the rest of I Am Groot, so episode 2 to 5 of the 1st season and the entirety of Season 2. Then you start off with the first of Netflix shows, probably the best Netflix show and the best Marvel show up to date, the Daredevil, or Daredevil as it's called. You watch the entirety of season 1, which takes place in 2014. Then you watch Jessica Jones, this first season, the complete first season. It takes place between January and March 2015. Then you go back to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., watch 4 through 19 of the second season. March and April 2015 is the place it takes. Then you watch one of the most underrated Marvel movie, in my opinion, which is Avengers Age of Ultron, which happens in April 2015, or takes place in April 2015. A very, very underrated movie. Now we have 30 slides gone. Let's continue. We have like 70 more. We're 1/3 done. And you go back to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., watch the rest of season 2, so episode 20 to 22, which takes place in April 2020 or 2015. Then you watch WHIH Newsfront, this first season. This is a two season show. I don't really know what it is. I think it's just to recap the MCU from their news. I don't really know, but it takes place in July 2015, the first season. After that, you take a look at Daredevil season 2, the first 6 episodes, which all take place in July 2015. After that, you watch Ant-Man, which takes place around August 2015. After Ant-Man, you watch the first 3 episodes of season 3 of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which take place in October 2015. Then you go back to Daredevil and watch the rest of season 2, so episodes 7 through 13, which all take place in October 2015. Then you move on to Luke Cage and watch the first 5 episodes of season 1, which all take place in November 2015. Then you go back to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and watch episode 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 of season 3, which all take place in November 2015. Then you go back to Luke Cage and complete the first season, which takes place between November and December 2015. Then you go back to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., watch 9 and 10, episode 9 and 10 of the 3rd season, both in December 2015. Then you go to Iron Fist and watch the entirety of the first season, finally on to 2016, and that is February and March 2016. Then you go back to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and watch episode 11 through 18 of the 3rd season, and that takes place between March and April 2016. And then you watch the 2nd season of WHIH Newsfront, which takes place between April and May 2016. And then you watch The Defenders, a very underrated show. We're going to see them again in the next season of Born Again. Really excited for that. But the first season takes place in 2016 or May 2016. After that, you watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. episode 19 in the 3rd season, which takes place in June 2016. Then you watch the final film of the Captain America trilogy, of the Steve Rogers trilogy, which is my personal favorite trilogy in the MCU, Civil War. And it takes place between May and June of 2016. Then you go back to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and complete season 3, which takes place in June 2016. Then you watch Black Widow, which also takes place in June 2016. And also in June 2016 is Black Panther, a very stacked month in the MCU universe. Then you watch the first season of Inhumans, which takes place somewhere around that time in 2016. Then Spider-Man Homecoming takes place in September 2016. Then you watch the first season of The Punisher, a very great TV show. You really have to watch it, it's fantastic. The first season takes place around November and December 2016. Then you watch Doctor Strange, which takes place between February 2016 and February 2017. Then you watch Cloak and Dagger, which a lot of people are probably watching now because of obviously Marvel Rivals. Everyone plays Cloak and Dagger there, so they're probably watching that show. The first season takes place in February and March 2017, between those times. Then you go back to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and watch the first 8 episodes of season 4, and that takes place in April 2017. Then you watch the movie Slingshot, which also takes place in April 2017, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. Slingshot. And then back to Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. and watch season 4, episode 9 through 12, which all take place in April 2017. Then you go back to Jessica Jones and complete the second season, which takes place between April and May 2017. And then you go back to Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. I told you we're gonna many skies with Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. in it. But yeah, the fourth season, episode 13 through 22, so you complete the fourth season, which takes place in May 2017. Then you complete the second season of Luke Cage. The second season was a great show. I really want to see more of it because it ended on a cliffhanger. I really wanted to see where they were taking the character. But the second season takes place between August and September 2017. Then you watch the second season of Iron Fist, which takes place in October 2017. Then you watch the third season of Daredevil, probably the best season of Marvel television. The third season of Daredevil takes place in October 2017. Then you watch the first season and the first episode of season 2 of Runaways, which, yeah, I forgot, takes place in October 2017. And then you watch season 2 of Cloak and Dagger, which takes place between October and November 2017. Then you go back to Runaways, episode 2 through 10, and season 3, episode 1 through 4, which both take place in November 2017. Then you go back to Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. There's a time travel thingy, but it's season 5, episode 1 through 10, and yeah, this is the right time to watch it, but they time travel, so it's very complicated. You just have to watch the show. Then you watch finally another film, Thor Ragnarok, which takes place in November 2017. Back to Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. watch episode 11 through 13 of season 5, which takes place in December 2017. And then you complete the season 3 of Jessica Jones, which takes place somewhere around that time in 2018. And then you watch the first 5 episodes of season 2 of The Punisher, which all take place in April 2018. And then you watch Ant-Man and the Wasp, probably one of the worst movies in the MCU in my opinion. It takes place between April and May 2018. And Runaway season 3 episode 5 through 10, who takes place in May 2018. After the Runaways, you watch the rest of the Punisher season 2, so episode 6 through 13, which all take place in May 2018. And then you go back to Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. and complete season 5, episode 14 through 22, which all take place in May 2018. Then you watch the greatest Marvel project in the MCU, probably one of the best superhero projects of all time, Avengers Infinity War, which takes place May 2018. What a great movie. I need to rewatch it. It's been a while, probably 1 year or so. Then you watch Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. season 6 and season 7, which the season 6 takes place in January 29, and the 7th season takes place in January 2019 and 2020. Or 2019, the 6th season. Sorry, I mispronounced that, but again, time travel, complicated. Then you watch Hellstorm season 1, which takes place between October and November 2020. And then you go back to the Avengers movie, with the final Avengers movie so far, Avengers Endgame, which takes place in October 2025. After that, you can watch Loki. Loki, obviously, just right after Avengers Endgame. You can watch both seasons. I would like Loki season 2. I know this is the official timeline, but I would like season 2 of Loki to be after Quantumania. But this is the right time to watch it. So yeah. After Loki, you watch What If. In my opinion, you can really skip this show. Season 1 was okay. Only the 3-4 episodes of season 1 were great. But season 2 or 3 were just so disappointing. Such a disappointing show. After What If, you can watch WandaVision, the first Disney Plus show, which is fantastic in my opinion. It takes place in November 2023. And after that, you can watch the greatest Phase 4 movie in my opinion, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, which takes place in March and April 2024. The Falcon and the Winter Soldier is next, and you can watch the entirety of Season 1. It takes place in April 2024. Then you go back to another one-shot, Peter's To-Do List, in June 2024. And then Spider-Man Far From Home, which is between June and July of 2024. Then you move to the Eternals, which is the main time of the movie is October 2024, but obviously 30 minutes of the beginning is from, I don't know, 2000 years in the future. I don't remember. I haven't seen this movie since the theaters, But yeah, it's just a Game of Thrones reunion movie. Then you watch Spider-Man No Way Home, which takes place between July and December of 2024. And then Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, which takes place in November-December 2024. Then you watch another TV show, Hawkeye, complete the first season, which takes place in December 2024. She-Hulk is next and is around that time with the first 3 episodes of season 1, just the first 3. Then you go to Moon Knight, which is April-May 2025. Oh yeah, She-Hulk is also 2025. What's the entirety of Moon Knight? What a fantastic TV show. Then you go to Black Panther Wakanda Forever, which takes place in May 2025. And then Echo, who also takes place in May 2025. You can watch the entirety of season 1. Then you have She-Hulk, The Attorney of Law, complete the show, episode 4 through 9 of the first season. It takes place between June and September 2025. Then you can pick up Miss Marvel, and the Miss Marvel show takes place between September and October 2025. A very different show, but I didn't hate it. Then you watch Thor Love and Thunder, which takes place in October 2025. And then Werewolf by Night, which is also 2025, believe it or not. It doesn't really matter if you watch it in black and white or color. I would recommend watching it in black and white because it was made in black and white, or it was made to be in black and white, but it doesn't really matter. You do what you want. Then you watch the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special, which takes place obviously around Christmas time in December 2025. And then you can pick up Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania. Ant-Man, the first Ant-Man movie was great, the second 2 are terrible. But Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania takes place in July 2026. After Ant-Man 3, you can watch Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, which also takes place in 2026. And then Secret Invasion, which takes place between October and November 2026. I wanted to like this show a lot. I made a bunch of videos about the show on this channel, but it was just really disappointing. I didn't like what they did. I'm not going to spoil it, but yeah. And then after that you can watch The Marvels, which takes place in November 2026. And then Deadpool and Wolverine. I would recommend watching the entirety of the Fox movies, every single Deadpool movie, every single X-Men movie, before you watch these, because they're just fantastic. Also watch the Spider-Man movies, the old Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield movies. I would watch them before you watch this. But anyways, let's continue. Then you watch Agatha All Along, the first season, which takes place in November 2026. I personally haven't seen the show yet. I'm meaning to get around to it, but I just haven't. And then you watch the newest project in the show, which just completed around 2 days ago at the time of the recording. And that was Daredevil Born Again, which takes place around December 2026 and April 2027. Then you can watch Captain America Brave New World, which takes place around April 27 or 2027. So yeah, that's every single project in the MCU so far of this date. Thunderbolts is just around the corner. You can watch that. I think it's just after Captain America Brave New World, but we haven't gotten a confirmed timestamp, but I think it's just right after Captain America Brave New World. But yeah, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, please leave them down in the comment section down below. This video took a long time to make, and I have to record it like 4 times because I fucked up on the first 3 tries. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all later. Goodbye.